I'm live on YouTube and I'm live on TikTok. Hey, y'all. I'm ready to talk yet again. I'm titling this video, Make Their Criticism a Lie. I don't ever really talk into this thing. DJI, I don't know why you keep disconnecting on YouTube, but stop. Anyways, so I wanted to title this video, Make Their Criticism a Lie. Because first off, let me say thank you everybody that follows me on TikTok and jumps in and automatically likes the live and actually converses with me. You're so dope. Thank you everyone on YouTube. There's no one on YouTube right now, but we're working on that. And the reason why I want to talk about make their criticism a lie, because a lot of the times people are on the outside of your portrait. It's easy to see your flaws when you're the person that can see the other person like 360 view. It's easy to see someone else's flaws when you're critiquing them, when you're not them, when you don't have to live in their shoes, walk a day in their shoes. It's so easy to critique people that you know nothing about their life. You only know the parts they want to share with you. You don't know their origin story, how they got like this, none of that. I think I'm coming down with something like y'all. I've been fighting all day. And I have learned that if you listen to people's critique and you're intentional and you're smart, you can turn them into a liar. What they're saying may be true, but you can easily turn someone's critique into a lie. And I'm going to tell you how. With work, because let's start off with work. When I was working at a call center, right? I dealt with merchant accounts with Wells Fargo, PNC, TD Bank, you name it. I was working with that bank. And Wells Fargo was super, super picky. They like to give a white glove service almost to all of their customers. We used to refer to Wells Fargo as like old money because Wells Fargo wanted things a certain way, even if times have changed. We don't do that anymore. We've updated that process. Wells Fargo always likes to give a premium white glove service. They were really, really particular, nitpicky about little things you do on calls when you're speaking to customers. And I would deal with, when I say customers, I mean merchants. So I'm only really speaking to business owners that have decided to open a business account. They're considered a merchant because they are a business owner, and you need a bank account to process your transactions and to run your transactions through a processor, like, those things that look like iPads at the store that you can type, a card reader and all that. That's the company I'd work for. So we'd basically be taking the money from their account, processing it, putting our fees on it because, we have to process your fees. We have to give you customer service when your system is down. We have to explain your fees and how it works into their account. So Wells Fargo was so picky about how we handled their clients. And I remember getting feedback from a manager. She was a sweetheart. I remember her giving me feedback and it kind of felt like it was an attack, the way she delivered it. She was just like, Wells Fargo, we handle differently. There's so many points you can be better at. And because of this experience, when I was in the workplace, I've also been able to transfer it into the real world. I have a habit of when people give me critique, I don't care who it comes from. I don't care if I know you don't like me. I don't care if I know you love me to pieces. When you are opening your mouth and critiquing me, I have a habit of writing everything down that you said about me and turning you into a liar. How do I do that? Sometimes we don't like the person that's critiquing us, so we completely ignore and disregard what they're saying. And there may be some truth to what they're saying. You know how people are biased? Someone loves you so much, they won't tell you the absolute truth. It's the opposite with your haters. They will absolutely tell you the truth and attack you at the same time. It's like when you watch Real Housewives of whoever, Atlanta, whatever, Miami, Real Housewives of whatever. You notice how they become friends with these ladies and then they're secretly taking note of things that they could work on where they fall short. And the moment they get in an argument, those women throw it back in their face. And that's how they disarm the other person. It's the same thing in real life. When people are critiquing you, even if they don't like you, sometimes it's beneficial to listen to when someone is saying something about you, take mental note or do like I do. I literally, when my manager was telling me all of the things I need to work on, I was literally writing it down. I was writing it down almost like with rage. And I just remember saying to myself, repeating to myself all day, I'm going to make a liar out of you. Everything you're saying about me now, watch what I do with this. Because sometimes people are honestly telling you your flaws, where you're coming up short, where you're not doing enough. And someone that loves you, it's hard for someone that loves you to tell you that because they love you so much, they don't want to tear you down. They love you so much, they love your flaws and all. Versus someone who doesn't like you, they don't mind telling you, this is your problem. This is your problem. So I wanted to talk about getting someone's critique, no matter who it's coming from, and flipping it and making them a liar. I'm notorious for doing this. And I think it would benefit a lot more people if y'all did this too. These internet trolls, they kind of don't count because people are just passing by on your page to nitpick at you. People are miserable in their daily lives. A lot of the times, like 98% of the hateful comments I get are coming from pages that are not actively posting. They don't even show their real face. They have a cartoon character. They don't show a real name. And that tells me a lot about the hate that they're used to doing or living in their real life. I don't take what they say personal. That's why I'm so quick to be able to flip it back on them and say something hateful back. And ever notice that when you stand up for yourself, people are so quick to try to make you the victim. People want to say, not make you the victim. They want to turn you into the villain and make it look like they're the victim. People always want to tell you it's not that deep. People want to always tell you, oh, you could have just told me. People always want to pinpoint the fact that the moment that you cracked and you snapped on them, but they never or hardly ever, rarely want to look at what they did to provoke you into being that person. It's like they anticipated you to continue to put up with their crap. And the moment you stand up for yourself, they weren't ready for you to respond the way you did. People are so used to being me being so melatonin. I'm the same tone with everything. I'm pretty high, upbeat. I'm pretty friendly. I'm really bubbly. I have a huge personality. It's very, very rare that people see me be spiteful, be angry, be revengeful. But when you pull that out of me, I've noticed that when people pull that out of me, it's very rare that they look at what they did to get me to that point. It's very rare that they look in the mirror and say, dang, I should have left her alone when she told me she wanted to be left alone. And I don't believe in having to tell people straight out, leave me alone. I think that if I discontinue communication with you, if communication was so strong at one point and then it's non-existent, is that not also me saying I don't want a communication with you? I don't want contact with you? It's the same thing. And even when you tell someone, I've had times where I literally tell someone, I don't want this. I don't want to do this. And I notice that they think it's now time to debate me. They think it's now time to get me to argue for my standard. If I say no, they'll say, why? And it shouldn't matter why. I already said no. It shouldn't matter my reasoning. And the moment someone needs you to explain your no, I think you're in bad company. I think you need to separate. I think you need to cut ties. People should respect your yes the same way they respect your no. But people only like to respect your yes because they benefit from your yes. They benefit from having, keep liking the live, y'all. Hello, as y'all come in. People love having access, but not responsibility. With great power comes what? Great responsibility. People are very egotistical. They just like the status of things, being able to say they have something you don't. But very, very, very rare do they want to take responsibility or accountability for being responsible for that thing. They like to just live carelessly. So I'm going into 2026 writing down everything people say about me, say that are bold enough to say it to me, obviously, not these internet trolls that have fake pages, but people that I actually know, people from my past, people in my future, people in my current. I'm bold enough to write down every single thing people say about me and work on it. Can you imagine picking on someone because of their weight and then they lose that weight? Now what? That's kind of where I'm going with this. I want to be able to improve and evolve myself to the point where when you try to say that thing about me and it's no longer my problem, now I can say, now what? Now, what do you have to say about me? That doesn't exist anymore. So now technically it's a lie. If someone used to be fat and you're clowning them for their weight and they're no longer fat, what is left to do is pick something else that they're weak at, pick something else you can target. So I'm minimizing, and no one's perfect. Let me be clear. No one is perfect. This is not going to happen overnight. This is not an overnight, Ayana fix my life situation. This is more so I'm going to listen to this feedback and take it as criticism, even though I know this person is saying it from a very spiteful place, from a very hateful place. And I want the next time they're curious to check up on me and see how I'm doing. I'm doing better than most. I'm doing better than they could have ever expected of me. And I love that. I love that tremendously. Like I had got my tattoos at a very young age. And then I came to the space in my life where I was like, you know what? This doesn't match the person that I see myself to be today. And I got my tattoos removed. And though I don't boast about it on social media, I had someone try to attack me for it. But little did they know that was fixed a long time ago. Hey, y'all. Thank you for joining my live. Keep liking. Keep liking. I think that the moment you decide to say, you know what? This is no longer my weakness, you kind of disarm someone that doesn't like you. It's impossible to attack me with the same points if those points are no longer valid. You can't say that about me if it's no longer true. Now you look like a liar. Now you look like you're just saying stuff to be spiteful and it's not working. That's what I'm trying to say. I've been looking at every little piece, little things in my life. I'm talking about the smallest things. And thank God I started my fitness journey. I forgot to update y'all. I started my fitness journey officially within myself last year. Well, really this year. We're about to be in 2026. Early this year in 2025. I'm so used to being able to lose weight really, really quick and get my body in shape. And I'm like, you know what? I have to go back to going to a gym that actually does my workouts because me doing these app workouts, like I was using an app and I was doing the workout, I was seeing improvement but not much. I noticed that when I partner with groups, like when I go with my run club and we run, I started to see the scale go down. And I was like, okay, it looks like I'm better at working out in groups versus by myself. Like the African proverb says, if you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go fast, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know what language this messages you sent to me on TikTok, but please put it in English. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what language that is. So once I figured that out, it means that they see something in you and no one else is going to tell you. Okay, we're back live on YouTube. Hold on. Are we back live on YouTube? Hold on, y'all. YouTube always does this for some reason. I got to figure this. Always takes away from my live when I do this. It always does this. Okay, YouTube acting crazy as always, and we're back. Yeah, so I've been literally listening to what people have to say about me, even if it's coming from a spiteful, hurtful place. And I've been applying what they say, like writing it down and saying, okay, watch, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you what you're saying is a lie. Okay, you think I could be in better shape. I'm not that great looking. I'm about to show you how beautiful can really get. Oh, you think that I think I'm all that and I need to humble myself. I'm about to become a fan favorite. Nobody told me all that gorgeous girl would be live today. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, girl. That is so sweet of you to say. I have been learning to, and I've been telling y'all, I told y'all earlier when I was live on TikTok, because TikTok don't be acting crazy the way YouTube acts. Once I decided to be the villain, I started to have my way. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. At first, if you start treating people the way they treat you, it's gonna feel terrible. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Especially if you're one of those lovey-dovey girls, you just want to be in love, you just want to find your person. It is gonna hurt like heck when you start to treat people the way they treat you. That is because that's not how you're built. You're not built to treat people the way they've been treating you. But I find that the quicker I treat people the way they treat me, the quicker they understand why our dynamic is the way it is. The sooner they respect me, the sooner they see how wrong they are. I don't know what it is, but when you treat people to the bone, when you treat people I think the saying for us women, it's like at first the woman is going to treat you how she wants to be treated, then she's going to treat you how you treat her. That is so true. When I was a lover girl, when I would do the most, when I was in talking phases, situationships, girlfriend salary, girlfriend pay, and I'm doing wifely things, I would get played with, y'all. But the moment I started treating people exactly, I mean exactly how they treat me, and then when I treat them how they treat me and I throw it in their face, the respect shortly came after. The moment I started treating people the way they treat me and I tell them, and then they will call out my behavior. It's so crazy how they can call out my behavior when I treat them the way they treat me, but they can't call out their own behavior when they mistreat me. Okay, would you get your look back before leaving? It just depends on you. Honestly, every scenario is different. I've always tried the route of leaving them alone, but I find that people that lack self-control don't know how to leave me alone back. And sometimes it's crazy. It's like God is like, here's your moment. You left them alone. They came back. Now you can thrash them. You know that Mortal Comeback line? Finish her. That's what I feel like God be doing. God be like, I'm finna make them come back. And you can do whatever you want. Because you listened to me the first time. You were obedient when I told you to leave that person alone. You listened. When I told that person to leave you alone, they didn't listen. They came back and thought they could have access to me. They came back and thought they could disrespect me some more. They came back thinking they had that same old me, but I had evolved. I have seen through their game. I see that they're wasting my time. I see they're not worth my time. And they came back to me. And when that happened, I more than got my lick back. I'm not even gonna lie, girl. When they be coming back after I quietly leave, I run them through the mud. Like I treat them like the scum of the, I treat them like the gum on the bottom of my shoe. And then they never come back again. You know what I mean? Because always leaving and always being quiet and trying to pick the high road, there's only so much of that you can do before someone crosses a line that gets you to snap. You know, they have a whole series about it on TV. It's called Snapped. And I understand it. There's only so much a human being can take. Keep liking alive, y'all. Thank you. There's only so much a human being can take before you're like, you know what? I have to get up and defend myself because it's no way all these people that don't know each other keep coming to me to take from me. You get tired. You get tired of being the lover girl. I know I used to be that, sis. You get tired of being the girl that gets neglected and gets looked past. I know I used to be that. I used to be the lover girl. I used to love to hold hands. I used to love kissing. I used to love FaceTime phone calls. I used to love just getting to know someone, exploring them. I used to love the I miss you text. When am I going to see you? And then my brain started to connect some things. How can you miss someone and say you want to get to know them, but never officially go in the direction of a relationship, in the direction of clarity? How can you miss someone, but all you do is come around to use them? Then things started clicking in my head. Then the delusion of being a good girl started to wither away because I gave too much. Keep liking alive, y'all. Love y'all. Keep liking alive as y'all come in. You get to the point as a woman where your time is definitely limited. You have somewhere to be, you have goals you want to achieve, you want partnership, and every person you come in contact with wants to use you. And that's so normal for people to do to women. Come around and use them. Use your kindness against you. Use your patience against you. Once they realize you're patient, they keep trying you. They keep thinking they're going to get another chance to disrespect you. They're like, oh, she's a good girl. Let me try her again. Oh, she's a nice girl. Let me try her again. Oh, she's forgiving. Let me throw this at her. But the moment I switched sides and became a villain, I don't even want to say a villain. I'm saying a villain because of the fact that y'all be saying in my TikTok comments, I'm a villain when I share stories with y'all. So that's why I'm saying villain. And also, if you watch anime the way I watch anime, the villains are always hilarious and the hero is always has serious competition with the villain. It's not going to be an easy takedown. This is the villain. This is also the star of the show. They're basically the reason why the show exists because there must be a villain in every story. Everything can't be just a hero. Keep liking alive, y'all. Love y'all. Everything can't be, there's a hero, save the day. Then it's boring. What is the hero saving the day from? There has to be a villain. When I stopped being the nice girl and I showed people they can't play in my face, I got more respect. When I stopped letting people spin the block, it's been years later, they can't pick up the phone and call me no more. I started getting the respect I deserve as a woman. That if someone really cares about you, why would they play in your face? If someone really cares about you, why would they waste your time? It's because they don't value your time. It's because they don't respect you. It's plain and simple. We don't have to spell things out. Sometimes how they treat you when you give them your time is going to tell you exactly how they feel about you. You don't have to have this person tell you to your face, hey, I was just using you. I only come around when I'm bored. I only contact you when the women I really want don't want me. I only come around to you because you're easy. No one's going to tell you that, but they're going to keep coming around to use you because you let them. Because when they say, I miss you, you say, I miss you back. And you pick the game right back up where you left off. No clarity, no nothing. So I started, what if he waited for months, so I text him and I didn't, so he deleted me. I hope you're a woman asking me this because I can't give men advice. I don't think as a woman it looks good that you would have to reach out to a man. Think about the man that really likes you and how annoying he is, and you don't give him the time of day, but he don't care. He's going to keep annoying you. Think about that guy. Think about the energy he gives you. Everybody in this comment section, think about the man you don't even like, and you could tell every time he come around, you like roll your eyes like he finna bother me. Think about the energy he gives you. It's overwhelming. He's always in your face. He's always trying to make it known he likes you. He's always trying to make it known he likes you. So I think it's weird when women tell me things that indicate they have to go after that man. That means he don't like you. If he liked you, he'd be in your face. It's just that simple. We just met and he keep posting stories. So I text him and I did. This is what's contradicting to what you're saying. He keep posting stories. So I text him and I didn't. So you didn't what? Did you text him or didn't you text him? And why are you looking? As a woman, the way men make you act towards them is how they should be acting towards you. He should be looking at your stories. He should be getting on someone's live and asking someone, how can I get her to notice me? You've switched roles with this man. You're chasing him right now. You're on my live. And instead of asking me how to be a better woman, how to actually get a man that like you, how to value yourself, you're asking me about a man that don't care about you. That's why I can't understand y'all when y'all come in my comment section. I didn't text him and he waited for months. Why do you care? He left you for dead. You're roadkill to him. And I have to say it like that because it's the only English y'all understand. If that man left you alone, how do you believe he care about you when he goes missing for months? I'm answering a comment on TikTok. I know on YouTube, y'all looking like, who is she talking to? I'm answering a comment on TikTok. How do you as a woman believe a man care about you and he go missing for months? He doesn't even check up on you for your life. Stop posting in my comment section about a man that don't care about you. It makes you look bad. Exactly. I rather this kind of energy. Let me pin this post. This is the kind of comment I want. I don't care about men. How can I level up financially in 2026? Exactly. I'm going to answer that in a second. I want to be really clear, chat, why y'all coming in. Stop asking me about a man that don't care about you. It's basically like asking me, how can I propose to a man? Stop looking at his stories. He needs to be looking at your stories. He needs to be on live asking a complete stranger about you instead of you doing that. Something's wrong with you here. Once you started typing, just delete it. I'm already annoyed with you and I just met you. Okay, I don't care about men. How can I level up financially in 2026? Great. We are in good company, people. We're with a smart baddie. And I pinned her comment in TikTok. You need to look at your life right now. And you need to be following more accounts that talk about financial freedom. I love Dave Ramsey. I love the Budgetnista. I actually have her book and I listen to it and I listen to her commentary. You need to be paying off debt. There's different methods you can do it. You can do the snowball effect. I don't know why everybody laughing. She needed to know the truth about that man. This is how we get out of this delusion and situationships and becoming baby mamas. Stop chasing behind men that don't like y'all. Okay, like seriously, girls, where's your self-love? Exactly. Esteem. I'm gonna pin this comment too. This is the only kind of energy I want in 2026. Smart girls. How will you level up while hating men? Exactly. That's why men are saying women are bitter. All y'all want to do is come online and talk about a man that don't like y'all, that don't even like y'all. Y'all sound like mental patients. Go somewhere else. This is not that. That's why I titled the video, How to Turn Their Critique into a Lie, but you asking me about a man. You making his critique the truth. And you're taking away from the lie from the girls that are smart enough to get it. Stop doing that. You look silly. Anyways, you can either do the snowball method where you pay off little amounts of debt, or and then when you pay off a small amount of debt, the money you're using to pay that small amount of debt, you put it towards the next bill. How will you live? Okay, I already read that comment. Once you have paid off your debt, you need to be trying to save up at least $1,000 in your emergency savings account. Life happens. What if you lose your job? What if your income stops? Look what happened during COVID-19. Even celebrities couldn't travel and go on tour to make money how they know how to make money. So many people had to pivot and do e-commerce, online businesses to make money and not be physically present. But then they also ran into the issue with delivery because of the fact that COVID was happening. A lot of people could not be congested in a small area because of getting sick, because of the virus, because, now that we're back out of COVID, I want to see more girls how to get their money up, how to be the woman with money instead of the woman going after a man with money. Let's change this story a little bit, y'all. Let's diversify ourselves. How would you advise saving money in the bank, investing money into stocks? Well, did you already pay off debt? It's hard to save money when you owe people money. Did you know that, let's just say, for example, you got a credit card, it is from Chase. I know y'all like that Klarna and it let you repay stuff. Let's just say you have a credit card and it's by Chase Bank. Did you know that if you don't pay Chase, Chase can take you to court and sue you and get your money, like before your money even touches your bank account? Did you know that? 1K start, but realistically, people need more than that. I know that, but I said starting. How are you going to get to 5K if you can't even do 1K? What you do with a few is what you would do with many. We got to do baby steps. Yeah, you need about 5K in savings. Realistically, you need 3 to 6 months worth of savings of your expenses in case something happens. Realistically. But how can this person get to 5,000 if they don't have the habits to save $1,000? You get what I'm saying? We got to do the baby steps. Pay off debt and start saving your money. Stop chasing behind a man. Stop worrying about what a man's doing. Instead of getting on Chat GPT and asking Chat GPT, he did this, he did that. Does that mean he don't like me? Start asking Chat GPT, put in a PDF file of your 3 months bank statements and say, Chat, analyze my bank statements. How can I save more money? Tell me how to improve my investment. Y'all using AI for the wrong things. Y'all could be using AI and becoming millionaires, but instead you want to chase a man, and that's weird to me. On God, that's weird to me. Can I save, then start paying them off? You can do whatever you want, but like I said with the example with Chase, if a creditor is not receiving their payment, after a while, they can take you to court and they can pass judgment on your account where they can automatically be entitled to a percentage of your paycheck before it even hits your direct deposit. That's why I said it depends on your situation. How much debt do you have? And notice that when you're paying the minimum amount on a bill, it accrues garnishment. Thank you. See, we got someone in the building that know what they talk about. Thank you so much. They can garnish your wages. When you're paying the minimum payment on your debt, it's just getting more interest. So a debt that was $100, you're now paying $300 for. That $300 you saved, but now you owe it somewhere else. It just depends on you. What does your financial status look like? If you're not doing well financially, this is a really good time to reset, reevaluate, talk to ChatGPT, grab the last few of your statements, throw it in ChatGPT. Chat can see every time your bills are coming out of your account. Chat can see every time you're going out to Chick-fil-A. Chat can tell you this is how much you're spending a month on bills, and this is how much you're spending on miscellaneous, and you could actually be saving that money. There's so many other things you can do with the internet instead of chase people that don't want you. And once I switched that mindset over, my past couldn't get a hold of me. This is golden. Thank you. Once I changed that, my chat can't do that. Girl, I hate to tell you, I use chat for a lot of things. Girl, you know, one time, and I made a story time about it on TikTok. I got so mad at my electric company and I grabbed the statements. I said, chat, tell me which company I can switch to now. Chat gave me a whole list of companies and broke down my electricity bill, how many watts I use, and gave me 3 companies that I can switch to that'll save me money. I talk to her every day. I talk to chat like she's my cousin. I talk to chat like she's my accountant. I pay for the subscription because I talk chat down. If my chat ever get leaked, I'm going to have to move to a foreign country. Okay? Me and chat, we go together. Me and chat handles my livelihood. Honestly, chat is like my assistant. When I hear people saying this and this and this about me, you know how many times I've taken a picture of myself? Me too, laughing my butt off. I pay too. I've taken a picture of my face without any makeup on, and I put it in chat, and I say, chat, I really want to have glass, glowy skin with very small pores. How can I do this? How can I achieve this with getting affordable products? Chat gave me a whole list of recommendations, key ingredients that would be good for this, that. And I ended up just going to the med spa because I felt like, I think that's when the human aspect has to come to play. That's when I had a nurse practitioner at a med spa look at my skin and tell me this. And a lot of what it said, a lot of what chat said matched up with what the nurse practitioner at the med spa told me. Me and chat are locked in for real. You could never get me to leave chat alone. Chat. And I made it a man voice because something about a man serving me, it just seems right. It just seems right. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Y'all need to be able to take people's critique, what they say about you, and actually work in that direction. Your haters can tell you so much more about yourself than the people that love you. Your haters can say this, and they be right sometimes, y'all. I know y'all hate to agree with the haters, but sometimes them haters be right. You need to be able to look at what they're saying and say, you know what? I'm going to work on that. And so the next time they go looking at your page and they talking about you, they can't even say that about you anymore because it's not true. Yup, so true. Exactly. That's exactly why I started my weight loss journey. I felt like I was getting chunky. I started documenting and weighing myself on a scale, and I can look at the app and see how much I weigh. I like you. I like you too, girl. Hey. Anyways, I started, and I love this. This is by Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins said, you can't manage what you can't measure. Y'all like to just think if I put clothes on and it still fit, I'm good. When I started looking at the scale, I was able to have real harsh conversations with myself. But it's better you have the conversation with yourself than being wide open for a hater to do it. Am I just talking to myself? Can y'all drop emojis in the chat so I know y'all still here? Like the live, drop emojis in chat. Any emoji. I don't care what emoji it is. Just drop your emoji, drop your favorite emoji. Make sure I'm in good company right now. Like the live and drop an emoji. Make sure I'm in good company. Okay. The girls are listening. The girls are clocked in. In 2026, we're going to let our haters be our motivators, okay? We're going to allow everything the haters said about us, an ex-boyfriend, an ex-lover, ex-situationship. We're going to take note of every single thing they said about us, and we're going to work on it. Stop coming into my live to tell me what he said, sis. Write it down and make a plan. Write it down, tell chat, and don't obsess about it, because when you obsess about it, it becomes true and it stays true. Instead, look at it, analyze it, and come up with a plan to improve it. That's all I'm saying. Make it so hard for them to talk about you because all you did was take what they said into critique. You're like, okay, you're critiquing me. I take this critique and I pour it back into myself. All that energy you're exuding to chase behind a man, to see value, to stand up and hustle. Had to stand up and hustle. You have to. All that energy you're exuding to ask about a person that don't like you, all that energy you're using to follow someone's page and watch them secretly, all of that energy you're using to go through their social media following list, grab all that energy and put it back into yourself. I would chase your ass. Can you stop cursing on my live? You trying to get me in trouble with TikTok? Come on now. Don't do that. All of that energy you're pouring outwards, grab it and put it back into yourself and watch your life change. That's what I did. All the delusion I had for a man that I thought I liked, all the delusion I had for a man that just wanted a situationship with me and he didn't want to commit, all the delusion I had, I grabbed it, all the emotional, everything I was pouring out, FaceTime calls, caking on the phone, holding hands, making plans to see each other, texting, all of the energy I was pouring out, I grabbed it and put it back into myself. I want you to change my life. I don't change people's lives. I can pray for you. I can pray for you. Jesus, Jesus, I rebuke the spirit of lust in the name of Jesus. I bind it and send it back to the pits of hell in the name of Jesus. And don't wait until the new year to start. Exactly. That's exactly why I'm getting on live and talking to y'all daily. See, they don't like when I pray. I send demons back to where they came from. That's why y'all need to tap in, y'all. We don't let people play in our face anymore. Don't wait for the new year. Did you know celebrities are already a year, booked out a year, and it's not even 2026? They're already booked out for the year. Let's celebrate New Year together. Ruben, I don't know why you're so hot in the pants, but that tells me low value. Slow down. You're moving too fast. Okay. That tells me you and your relationship with God is not that strong. Okay. Back up. Back on up. Okay. Thank you. I think that when you take that energy that you've been giving to someone else and hoping they see the best in you, you're wasting your time. God gave you free will. God gave you discernment. God is showing you through that person's actions, they don't like you. Whether it's that friend that secretly, does anybody want to be my moderator? Let me just ask y'all that real quick. If anyone wants to be my moderator, I'll make you my moderator and start blocking these men as they come in to distract us. Because I need y'all to focus and tap in. This, and you know what's crazy? Every time I go live, it's always a man that's trying to distract me and the girls. And I'm trying to get the girls to come on this way. Okay. I'm trying to get the girls to come this way. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Because, baby. Okay. We got Ruben out of here. How do I make it? Dang. Okay, maybe I should have asked. Y'all know how do I make a moderator? Things I should have did before I started, huh? Dang, I would ask ChatGPT, but I don't know how to. I just blocked him, y'all. Right, he's doing too much. That's how, girl, it's always like that. I promise you. I promise you. If y'all been on multiple of my lives, it's always been a man with nothing going for himself, trying to make you on his level and also have nothing going for yourself. It's never a well-established, successful, handsome, attractive man. It's always the one with nothing to do coming to find you. That leads me to my next point. Know when you're dealing with a loser. Sometimes these men you want to commit to you, nobody wants them. And they think it's strange that you want them because nobody wants them. So now they're looking at you like you're a mental patient because they know their flaws very well. But women have a habit of when they like someone, they look past their flaws. And they start to go into Barbara the Builder mode and think they can fix him. I can fix that. I can love that out of him. And that's not how it should be. If you took all that energy you're trying to pour into that man to audition for him, to sex him so good, to feed him so well, to communicate effectively, to be emotionally available, if you took all of that you're pouring out and poured it back into yourself, your life would change. I promise you. I got to stop looking past flaws. Yup, I know, girl. That's why I'm on here talking to y'all. I've done it too. That's exactly why I'm on here talking to y'all. I have done it too. You're not alone. I promise you're not by yourself. I've done it too. Can y'all keep liking the live? Thank you. You're not alone in this. I promise you. But so many women want to look like they have it all figured out. Nobody play in their face. Everybody want to act like a city girl. Real last, give up, bought a big Birkin bag, 5-6 figures. Everybody want to act like that. But really, a lot of us are lover girls. No more personality, babes. You got to be done with the potential and just get with the reality. That's going to save you so much time. When I stopped pouring out and started pouring in, I transformed. When I would go out with friends that haven't seen me in a while, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you lost weight. You look good. Oh my gosh, your makeup looks so good," because they're not used to seeing me put together. I stopped trying to put a man together and put myself together. Too bad I didn't have this talk in my 20s. Me either, girl. That's why I'm on here. I wish someone would have held my hand and spoke to me in my 20s and said, "Babe, if he doesn't marry you within 2 to 3 years, he's wasting your time. If he does not sit there and actually go in the direction of getting your name changed, going down to the courthouse, if he has nothing but excuses, let him go. Pour that back into yourself. Stop pouring into a man as if he's your last option." That made me realize you don't believe in how good God can really make it get for you. And I always say over my life, "God, show me how good it can really get. Show me you're really here, God. Show me I can have better than what I have hoped for, prayed for, and expected over my life." You really don't believe it can get that good. That's why you're settling for anything. You waited so long. You've only dated men that are emotionally unavailable, but they're physically available. In your 20s, all you guys wanted was men who make six figures. Then I tell you I don't know how to make a moderator. Does anyone know how to do that? In your 20s, all you guys want. Are you a man? Probably a man. Oh my gosh, y'all don't even want to see his profile picture. Y'all don't even want to see it. Dustyville. Tumbleweed just rolled into the chat, y'all. Just a big block of tumbleweed. So once I started putting that energy into myself, I learned so many things about myself. And I was like, dang, I'm so interesting. I'm so interesting, sir. I would recommend you get on a GLP-1. You're really out of shape. And why are you fat as a man when you have testosterone that helps you get in shape faster than women? Why are you fat as a man? Ask yourself that, sir. Anyways, we blocked him too. It's always a man, child. Always got to block a man. Always got to block a man. He's out of here, ladies. Anyways, tap the three dots, settings, live, tap moderators. Okay, let me try it real quick, y'all. I need a moderator because notice every time I start cooking with grease, here we go. Live recordings. Share recording with moderator. No moderators yet. Dang it, I'm almost there. What? Hold on. Y'all still in the house? Keep dropping emojis while I try to look at this real quick. Okay, three dots, settings on the live screen. Tap number 3, moderators. Tap advise moderator. I'm trying, y'all. Hold on, because we need this at this point. I'm gonna have to figure this out next time I get on live. I promise. Oh, okay. It says only my followers can be my moderators. People that are following me, please, one person drop an emoji that's following me now so I can look at your name, search you, and make you a moderator. Real quick. I need to get a moderator and I need to keep this video going. Real quick. Somebody drop an emoji that's following me so I can make you a moderator. Okay. CHAV. Hold on, y'all. Why is not letting me get your name? Where are you? Okay, how y'all liking the live so far though? Drop emojis while I get this going, y'all. Hold on. I hate how many followers I have because this is not helping me. I don't know why I can't find your page. Why it's not letting me find you, girl? And I'm typing your name. I'm literally typing your name. Okay, let's try Sunshine. I don't know why it's not letting me put your name in. You either? What the heck? Hold on. I think it's me. It gotta be me. I think I know what it is. I think I figured it out. Haha. Okay. Guess what, y'all? We got a moderator. We got a moderator. We got it. Okay, let's keep going. And I need you. Thank you for volunteering to be a moderator. Anytime you see a dusty man in here, get him out. Get him out. Is you a parent? Like, that's not even correct English. Is you a parent? Anyways, ladies, we got to be smart in 2026. We got to show self-control. We got to show restraint. I think when we are too invested, it's why we fall apart. We have high expectations for people that don't have those expectations for us. Get them out of here. Is you a parent? Hey girl, just dropping, popping TL. Good to see you, beautiful. It's still glowing. Thank you, girl. Thank you. Single women giving relationship advice. Yeah. See, didn't I tell you? Moderator, get them out of here. Every time I start trying to tell y'all who said I'm single? I'm not your mom, sweetie. Unmarried teaching how to be married. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm not your mom. I know that's how you got here. I'm sorry. Thank you, girl. And you were quick. Thank you. We're gonna get through these videos without people interrupting because they're miserable. Anyways, so we've got to learn how to control our emotions more and just pour it back into ourselves. We're done being the people that. Thank you so much for being my moderator, girl. You the truth for that. Like, this helps me so much. We've got to stop getting so involved in people that don't take us seriously. We have to stop thinking that if we become the human sacrifice, then this person will care about me. We have to stop saying, oh, if I do this, I'll get this in exchange. If you really want love, which is unconditional, you don't have to audition for it. Yeah, I'm too caring. I used to be like that too. Then I started to read books that showed me how people see women, especially men, because that's what I date, men. Once I started seeing how and understanding how men test you, to use you, to see what kind of woman you are, the caliber of woman that you are, I realized, oh my gosh, I'm playing into their hand. I'm playing into their hand. I'm doing exactly what they expect of me, and they're not even invested in me. You're going to look up the book. The author's name is G.L. Lambert, and the name of the book is Ho Tactics, H-O Tactics. That book was a game changer. I'm on my second time reading it. G.L. Lambert is an African American man who has a whole dating series. And I believe Whole Tactics was the most beneficial book to read. It really shows you what's going on in a man's brain when he's testing you. He talked about different tactics he tried to use on his wife. One of the tactics being that, well, not even on his wife, every woman he's dated. He would be dating a girl, taking her out, and then when he notices he's not able to have intercourse with them, he would pull back. The girls would call him and be like, hey, I noticed you haven't called me today like you used to do consistently. The book is called Ho Tactics, H-O Tactics. In the book, the women are like, I noticed you don't call me the way you used to. Someone write it in the comments and then we'll have it pinned. And he said the whole point of him pulling away is because he realized women do not like to be lonely. So the moment he would pull away, and he would act busy and nonchalant, almost like what men do now, ghosting. Can we pin that comment from Bethany? Thank you. That's the name of the book. The moment he would pull away, it was a tactic for the woman to think she's about to be lonely again. And then the next time he would go out with the girl, they would sleep with him. He said it worked every single time. Every single time he pulled away. What do y'all ladies like to call it? Ghosting? Every time he ghosted a girl and then he came back, she would end up sleeping with him. That was his whole entire plan to begin with. It's to come on really strong, like, I like you. Let's do something about this this lust. Sleep with me. And when the women are trying to stand their ground and have boundaries and standards, he will pull away and get them to chase him. And then when they see each other again, they would give it up. Quickest way to get blocked over here. Exactly. So that's why I don't believe in this whole ghosting thing. When people want to leave your life, let them. Isn't there a book by Mel Robbins or a saying by Mel Robbins? When people want to leave your life, let them. Once they see that they don't have that much weight, they don't have that much value in your life, now it's like, dang, their ego is getting bruised. They really thought they had you like this in the palm of their hand. Let them theory. I match energy and goals. So true, not chasing a man. Exactly. What does Shira 7 say? If a man want to be chased, call the police on him. You know what I'm saying? It's a game. So when I see y'all telling me he's not watching my stories, I'm watching his stories, it tells me his game is working on you. Is it bad that I want what? That I want a man to provide? No, it's not bad. It says in the Bible. It literally says in the Bible, a husband is supposed to protect and provide. The problem is we keep dating men that are not husband quality. We keep dating men that give off baby daddy energy, that want to ghost because you're not sleeping with them and then come back and hope you'll sleep with them. That's the problem. We keep dating men that should have never experienced us to begin with. We keep dating men for the plot. And then you end up a single parent. And then you're wondering, how did that happen? Because you did it for the plot. There's the plot. Plot twist. Single mother, single father, plot twist, deadbeat. Like, that's why it's so important to love and be happy with you so a man don't dangle anything over you. That's another thing they like to do. They like to dangle relationship in front of you because they know that's what you want. They know you are so desperate for a title just to be able to say you belong to somebody, a man like you enough to care about you, to make you his girlfriend. Once I started getting out of the delusion of I want a boyfriend, I started looking at the quality and the characteristics of a man. I didn't want a boyfriend that badly anymore. I think a lot of us want a boyfriend for the aesthetic. Can I be on your panel to ask some questions? I don't know how to even get people on here, honestly. I just found out how to get a moderator. I literally just found out. I don't know. Let me see, girl. I'm gonna click on your name and see if it let me add you in here. Girl, I'm gonna have to find out on another video. Ask your question in the comment, girl, because I got to get through this video. You are beautiful. Thank you. Once I stop, it's on the bottom. What's on the bottom? What are you talking about? I see enhance, stickers, music, voice. Which one? I see a picture of a house. I see a picture of a share button service. Child, you tell me what you're talking about. Where the friends are. Oh, okay. I got somebody in here, y'all. And free shipping on my live stream today. So which one? You on here, girl. Speak up. Why you pretty? Chelsea, girl, you in here with us. All right, Chelsea, I'm about to kick you out. You said you had a question, and now you quiet. We allow someone to join the live. Okay, Chelsea wasn't saying nothing. Chelsea wasn't saying a thing, a word. If anybody else wants to join with a question, who's ready to speak without being on mute, I will take your question. Send the request. But I'm not about to be having y'all holding up the whole classroom now. That's crazy. Anyways, I think I got one right now. It's Chelsea again. Chelsea, are you here?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up?
You can hear me?
Yep.
I'm sorry. I was getting calls.
Girl, this okay. It's okay. Tell us the question.
Okay, yeah. Like I was saying in the comments, like I'm not sure what it is about African American, and I say African American men because they're primarily the ones that have this issue with the whole providing thing. Like when it comes to Hispanics, white Americans, all other nationalities and ethnicities, they know their role as men and they're okay with providing. But when it comes to African American men, you got to jump through hoops, do all this extracurricular shit to even, get the bare minimum out of them. And with me, I'm not the type of person that I have all my eggs in one basket. Of course I do. I date outside of my race too, so it's not just that, but I just obviously would want a man within my community, but it's so hard to find someone to meet the standard that normal other men meet.
I want to start off by saying, Chelsea, you are God's favorite, and God cannot give his favorite away to just anybody. And sometimes what you want may not be what you need. You want an African American man, but it may not be what you need. You want a man to jump through hoops for you, but you keep picking your type, and your type is not what you need. And I think that when God sends us the person that we're supposed to be with, it's not going to look the way we want it to look, because God is trying to teach us to love through his eyes, not through our flesh. It's supposed to be a love that stands the test of time, not an Instagram photo. You get what I'm saying?
That's so true. Yeah, I mean, you are definitely right. And it's also very unfortunate. Luckily for me, like I said, my type isn't limited to just African American men. But yeah, I mean, I definitely understand what you mean. Like, I think I'm in a season where it's like, I need to find my purpose, and God will send me a person that aligns with that purpose. That's the main thing.
I think that this is a good conversation. I'm inviting more people. As you're putting in your request, I'm inviting you to the chat. Everybody come in on mute so we can respect each other in the time that we're giving each person to speak and speak their mind. I think that, and I'm speaking from my own experience, when I finally let go of the image that I believe for myself, other things started to happen that I never even remembered to pray for. When I let go of having a husband by a certain age and he has to be Black, that's the first time I had a man take me shopping. That's the first time I had a man pay my rent and didn't even sleep with me. It was like, wait a minute. Now I had a different standard to hold men to, because I had experienced that without having to give my body. Sometimes in a lot of the stories, and I don't want to bash Black men because they already have this narrative that Black women are bitter. When I started to date outside of my race, I started to experience that. When you start dating where you're appreciated, then you start to see things you never would have experienced if you stayed in your community. I think that Black women, I'm assuming you're Black, your picture's black and white, but you look Black.
Definitely Black.
Okay, cool. So I think that Black women have somehow been taught to be a slave to their community, even when their community is the reason for their downfall. It's okay that we can't partner with the person that looks like us. Let's partner with someone that does look like us, that can help us out instead of wanting us to audition. You're not the first person to tell me this. I have a girl that I travel with every single year. She has her doctorate's degree. She tells me she runs into the same issue. Every time she meets a Black man, they want her to audition. They want her to give sex. They want to go out with her. They want to coddle, court, but they never want to put a title on things. And that helped me realize men only want to move fast when they want to go in a certain direction. The only time they want to slow things down is when they have you where they want you, where they get unlimited sex without commitment, where they get to be in a situationship and no responsibility. But we as Black women need to be smart enough to look at the clock and say it's time to go and leave peacefully. That's all I'm saying.
And you know what's interesting? They'll go to another race and give them the world and then some.
That's not true. Black men's divorce rates are high even when they're in other interracial relationships. Only Black women's numbers are low in interracial dating. Look it up. It's all fact.
No, I'm saying, like, as far as, because it takes, I think the percentage of Black women to, get married was 26%. But I'm just saying, like, Black men hurry up and marry the next race, though. And it takes them years to, and hoops and all this stuff to marry, African-American woman.
Right. I want to answer this question, then I want to go to Z because we do have other people waiting. I love the conversation. I want everybody to be able to, get on live and speak. I don't think you should look at the rush. Look at the longevity. Black men see those other races as a reward. Those women represent that he makes more money than what he actually makes, because everybody knows a Black woman will stay with a Black man even if he's struggling. But we know if a white woman is with him, a Hispanic woman is with him, he got some money. That's the narrative, unfortunately. So to him, he's going to marry her fast because the status that comes with it. And maybe he does love her, but we can't hold that against them. If that's what they want, that's what they want to do. We got to be cool with it.
Oh yeah, I'm cool with it. Like for me, I don't. When it comes to a man and his preference, that really don't have nothing to do with me.
Right.
Because if it did, it would be an insecurity of my own. So I don't care what other black men do, and specifically, it's not black men because it's black American men. Africans that come over here, they know how to provide. And they're ready to marry. They're very traditional. That's why you even see celebrities that are going towards Africans now. Before, like 20 years ago, black women, for whatever reason, was scared. Black American women were scared of Africans and all this. But from my experience in dating Africans, they're more traditional.
Okay. That makes sense.
But yeah.
We got another person in the chat. Z, what's up? Talk to me.
Hi, girl. So this is actually like my first time doing any extracurriculars on TikTok. So I had to figure out how to get here. But I just love the conversation that you're having. I recently left my husband of 10 years, like last month. And I got married when I was 20. I'm 30 now. And I just find that I feel like I'm a whole new person now. Basically, he just treated me like shit, talking, he wasn't listening. I was the only one working, bringing in money, wasn't doing anything, begging his man to get a job, blah, blah, blah. The moral of the story is, when I left him, of course it was hard. We have 3 kids together. But once I got to a point where I was like, wow, it's about me now. I can pour into myself now. Girl, I've been golfing. I go out by myself. I've been to 2 NBA games by myself. I take me and my 3 boys out. We go do our thing. And for a long time, it was like, damn, I got married. I don't want to be a single mom, blah, blah, blah. And now the confidence I feel knowing I'm single by choice and I'm doing my shit. And nobody is going to tell me anything about nothing because I don't need you. Because I love myself. And the whole thing was, well, if he doesn't love me, who's going to love me? And it took me a long time to understand that I love me. And I'm going to give me. And that's really the end of the story. And now I can't even think about being with a man. And when I go out, I feel like I attract even more now because I'm genuinely in my space doing my thing and I could care less. And it just feels so good knowing like, I don't care what y'all have going on. I'm not interested. I'm here because I love me. I take myself out. I do everything like for me, like I was doing before my marriage. But I think it was the internal love of it all. It took me 10 years to go from who's gonna love me to I love me. And it's completely changed my life. And I'm 30 now, and I feel like I'm just now getting to start my big girl life. So that's all I wanted to say. I love this conversation because literally I left and I got on TikTok looking for things because like I know I'm not crazy. I know it's not me. And I found so much content I wish I would have seen when I was younger. About self-love, and when a man is doing something, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He knows.
You're not going to go anywhere. And that was my situation. Like, he just knew, oh, she's been here for 10 years. We have 3 kids. She doesn't want to be single again. Who's going to love her?
Exactly.
And baby, look, I don't need it.
Girl.
I'm still out here. I will make it happen. And that's really the end of that.
You got to remind them, men are lining up as if you're having stepdaddy auditions. Okay, you still fine. You still one of them ones. And I like these kind of conversations because I feel like it's so hard to play in a woman's face when she knows and values her time and she looks at the clock and says, all right, that's all the time you get, and they leave. I think it's harder to manipulate that kind of woman. And that's why I like to have these conversations on confidence and building yourself. So that way we don't go into the dialogue of, I'm looking at this man's Instagram and he's not following me. What am I doing wrong? It's not you. He already had a plan to either waste your time or value it. You can't do anything about that.
And can I say something real quick? That's one thing that over the past couple of years, because I was in like, I ended my relationship a couple of years ago and I've been single, you know, just finding myself or whatnot. One thing I have realized is if you have standards and boundaries for yourself and you're secure with yourself, you don't mind being alone. Like she was saying, like Z was saying, like it's refreshing. Like you know that you don't have to alter your standards to accommodate certain men. You go on dates with them, and you know you're having a conversation, and the conversation doesn't align with what you want. You keep it.
There's a feeling you get in your gut, and your gut speaks to you. And I constantly got that feeling, and even when I went brought up the issues, they weren't dealt with. However, I am the type of person I engage conversation. I try to get my other party to say how they feel. I say how I feel, and I talk and I spoke and I spoke and I spoke, and I realized I reached a stage where, you know what, this is not making sense. So she came home one evening and realized the spot where I was, I
No longer.
And like I tell people, no contact. Yes, it is good, but you have to engage yourself in activities. You have to work out. You have to read books. You constantly have to keep your mind busy, and the circle that you have,
They're really important.
Keep it as small as possible, and make sure you have that strong support because you don't want to come out of the relationship, and because of course there are times you would feel lonely. Of course there are times, because basically we did everything. We played carnival together. We traveled all over the world. We would go local shows. We would go foreign shows, because I'm from the Caribbean.
I can hear it. I can hear.
I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. And if I'm in her place of work and I realize that she looked down and she didn't want to talk, you know what, babes? Let's go Barbados. Let's go Miami. Let's go Europe. And she would be like, wow. I said, well, let's change the environment to see if I can get you to talk. A simple thing as shutting down the business and going on a weekend trip, going on a day trip, just checking in a hotel, because I constantly want to check the temperature of the relationship to see where you're at.
Now hold on, because you're giving us a lot. This is a conversation. You're giving us a lot at once. Let's dissect everything you've said thus far. Okay, hold on. It's okay. I gotta catch you. Okay. So what I want to address is some of the comments are asking, why didn't she want to marry, blah, blah, blah. Do you know who Keith Lee is?
If I know who is, sorry?
Keith Lee.
No, I don't. I'm not familiar with the name.
Okay, no worries. All the ladies watching this, I'm sure y'all do or don't know Keith Lee. Keith Lee is a food influencer. When Keith Lee got with his girlfriend, at the time, she had a boyfriend. His girlfriend was also making more money than him when they got together. Now, fast forward, they're married and he's making more than her and she doesn't have to work. And I wanted to address that because a lot of the ladies are in the comments asking, did your relationship not work because of finance? And I want to pinpoint that too many women are so hung up on it being finance, it being the size of a ring. You could be missing out on a really great guy who's going to make it a little further in life, but you have to lock in first before God can bless him. It's not always about the size of a ring and finances. That is important, but he's been with this woman for 4 years and he's openly saying he wants to commit. How many men are saying right now they want to commit to you and they've been with you for 4 years? And he's actually taking the time to test each part of the relationship to make sure it will stand the test of time. That's what I want y'all to focus on. Y'all focused on the wrong thing while he's trying to express himself. That's why I had to stop you, because I was reading the comments and I'm like, they're missing what you're saying. So it's like you're talking to people that don't even know what's going on.
Okay. In the first instance, to answer your first question, I would have worked for more money than my common law wife. However, the issue for me was not money. The issue for me was trust. And if it is the foundation in a relationship is not based on trust, a lot of people feel if the person cheats on you, that is the only grounds for walking away. It is one of the grounds. But what is the foundation of the cheating? Trust, lack of trust. In this instance, it had nothing to do with cheating. It had to do with trust. The constant lies, the constant hiding. And it's only when I walked away did my stepdaughter make contact with me. She said, Morris, I realized Mom said she came home and the house empty? I said, yes. And then we both spoke, because she's in LA, I'm in Trinidad, and we both spoke, and she was able to share certain things to me. I was able to share certain things to her. And when we connected our ideas, we realized, oh, at first I thought I was mad or I overreacted. But when I got the blessing from her, she said to me, she said, Morris, two things after the forward conversation. One, I understand why you walk away from my mom. And two, you have my blessing. Because to me, like you said, a ring should not dictate. I am explaining to you, I'm giving you an outward sign to show the world that
You're serious.
to take you off the market. But you did not want that. You did not want that.
I think it's unfortunate. A lot of women would like to be in her shoes, and it's so weird how the right man or the right woman keep meeting the wrong man or wrong woman. It's so weird to me how that keeps happening in society, you know?
But I tend to blame myself now because I am seeing parallels to my former relationships. So I'm trying to work on me now to figure out where it is I am broken, or where it is I have deficiencies, or where it is I am falling short, that allows me to keep picking the same type of women. Because it's the same, I don't believe in planet, but it's the same sign of women that I choose, and the outcome is the same.
Before I get to the next person that I added in, I wanted to say, this is exactly why I opened up my live, because these are the same things I struggled with. And I never had someone that I could sit here and talk to like this, like a FaceTime phone call, and say, I experienced that too. This is how I went around it. I noticed that about myself. I'm accepting the same kind of man in a different form. It's ending the same. So I started doing the internal work. When I started to read books, when I started to get closer to God, I was able to pick up on what I was doing wrong. I keep thinking when men are unclear with me, those are the men I pick because I'm confused, because I don't know what's going on. That's excitement to me. Once I realize that, now anytime a man tries to come into my life and there's confusion, there's not clarity, I just leave him alone. It doesn't entice me anymore. I thrive when I know and someone is decisive with me. So this is really good that you're doing the inner work and you're not saying it's her, you're saying it's you. That's how it starts. There's a motivational speaker. His name is Trent Shelton. His phrase is, it all starts with you. And he really helped me change my mentality to date more quality people than I've been dating.
All parts of you?
His name is Trent Shelton. Trent. Shelton. Yeah, Shelton.
Shelton.
Yep.
And what's the name of his book?
You're gonna say it all, ITAL. It all starts with you.
Starts with you. Thank you.
Yeah,
very much.
you can look him up on YouTube too. He's a motivational speaker. He used to be in the NFL until he got injured. His roommate committed suicide, and that's what made him have to dig deeper in life.
I'm a bit old, so I would like the hard copy, but thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Enjoy. Thank you for joining my live. Yeah.
Can I say something real quick? Can I add in a little something?
Sure.
I used to think that we attract who we are, but it's more so we attract who we accept. Like, that's why it's important to get to know somebody. Like, if you're interested in somebody, for me, my case, when it comes to, a man wanting to marry me and stuff like that, I always get the ones that want to marry so soon, like within months. Like the last situation I've known him for years, but we were friends. It wasn't until this year that we started to, talk romantically and date romantically or whatever. But he's trying to marry me within a month. Like, bro, we actually got to get to know each other outside of a friendship. But yeah, at the end of the day, you attract what you accept. So get to know folks, figure out who they is, And also use discernment. Ask God for discernment. Because just because you think that's a good person, 9 times out of, well, I wouldn't say 9 times out of, we ain't even going to put like
10 times out of 10. It'd be something else.
I ain't even going to put no number on it because that's,
Yeah. Just
pessimistic.
Something really quick?
sure.
Yeah.
I just think that you just cannot operate from a place of need or desperation in any kind of relationship.
Exactly.
When people see that you need something, they'll be ready to drag you anywhere that you want to go, right? When they feel like you're desperate and they can people can sense that, whether it's a man or a friendship, people they will use you. So you really got to be clear with yourself on all fronts, and then people will move accordingly once they see that this is not that.
Right. And people will use you as much as you allow them to.
But can I also say, come see me? We have a saying in Trinidad. Come see me and come live with me is 2 different things. But dating a person is totally different, because dating a person would put on their mask. A lady would put on her best perfume. The guy would put on his best cologne. It's different to living with someone and you seeing the truth. You rarely see the truth in dating, and from my experience and from the relationships I've been in, most of the mask generally comes off within a 3-year, 5-year. In one of my instances, the mask came off after 10 years. So it's really, really difficult to discern,
I think if you really have a relationship with God, it's actually, for me, it's been easier because, like I said, I'm 33, no kids or whatnot. And you would think, okay, it's the biological clock. I do want kids. I want to be married. But God really showed me, even though these people are wanting to marry you, these ain't people for you. Some people be like, okay, I'm 33. I better hurry up and marry this person because I ain't got... No, don't never adjust your standards to accommodate something that you feel in your heart is not right. God is giving you that discernment.
Hold on, y'all. I'm loving the feedback, but I still have Rena Bina. She's just sitting there patiently. We got to bring her in. Come on, Rena. Rena Bina, jump in.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is okay tonight. Honestly, I just wanted to say, I have a couple of things to say, just piggyback off of what everybody else is saying. First, I wanted to mention, when he was talking about the engagement ring and all of that stuff, I don't know if there's anybody in here, I'm not referring to anybody in here, but I'm a person who always wanted the finer things in life. It wasn't because when I was a little girl, I wanted all the things. And speaking from a woman's perspective with her, I can't speak for her specifically, but when you have already been settling in a relationship and you already were she was probably already going through her head okay, I already settled with that, and then you brought the engagement ring. She was like, oh, okay. Or I don't know the situation, but with a girl, it's kind of oh, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Oh, I'm tired of settling now. And at that point, some people will either take the engagement ring or backtrack and use that as their sole reason when it was just the whole thing and they settled to begin with. And that goes to what Chelsea was saying about having good discernment, because I definitely, in the past, I have seen a person is good on paper for me. Oh, they have all of these qualities that, okay, yeah, they do have the money and they have this and they have that and they'll be able to shower me with gifts and stuff. But then when it comes to the interpersonal interactions, it doesn't work. So that's why I say people can sometimes be deceived. Yes, discernment plays a big part in it, but sometimes we can kind of be deceived by paper qualities. Everybody says have your standards, but when it comes to actually seeing those standards in real time, as apart from just writing, oh, I want him to be emotional, is it different than actually experiencing as somebody who's truly emotionally invested in you. We don't know what those things look like. And at that, when you meet somebody off the rip and we have all these hormones going, it's easy to fall into that and get morphed into that reality. And then when all those hormones come down, we're like, oh, wait, it's not really working. That's what I have to say. Because I've been on the back end.
Can I add? What happened was I just came out of surgery April of this year, back surgery. And it was the first relationship that I was in where my significant other was around. So I said, you know what? Let me make an attempt to take her off the market again. I went through the traditional thing. So if it was Mother's Day. So I think I purchased the ring the Friday or the Saturday, and Mother's Day was the Sunday. She accepted the ring, put the ring on her finger. She called all her girlfriends. She called her family. When I got up the next day, because she left for work, I explained to her. I said, it's not gold. It's, I forget the name they call it. I think it's like a factory-made gold.
Lab grown?
Lab grown. I saw the ring on the dining room table. So to me, if it is, I engaged to you yesterday, and you accepted the proposal, the engagement, actions speak louder than words. Because now, the following day, I'm seeing the ring on the table. And then now, when I confronted her, how do you expect me to accept a bootleg? I said, but I explained to you. It's not like a case where I lied. I explained to you, this is the position now. I did not want to wait for your birthday. I wanted to do it now because I felt as though you are the only person who has been there for me in sickness and in health. Hence the reason why let me take you off the market one time.
Can I ask you a question? And
of course you can.
The question I have to ask is, when you said you just got out of surgery, was you getting out of surgery, like, were you going to propose to her before the surgery? Because maybe that's what threw her off. Like,
this was actually the second proposal.
Oh, okay.
The first proposal, it took me a year and a half. Within 6 weeks, let's say within a month to 2 months, I realized, here's what. This is the one. I made contact with her daughter, my stepdaughter, and I said, you know what? I'm saving up a ring. Every month I pay an installment. The ring was so expensive. It took me a year and a half to pay for the ring. I said, right, I'm going to surprise her. I think she was eating cake, and she saw the ring, and she said to me, I have one question for you, though. Aren't you still legally married? Now, in Trinidad and Tobago, there's something called SE. I don't know what it's called in America, where from primary school, I think they call it elementary in America, from standard 1 or grade 1 to grade 5. After grade 5, you do an exam to go into secondary school, which is equivalent to college. So I said, I did not want, because I have a son with my married wife, I did not want to have the divorce, but I separated from the wife, and I wanted him to cross the finish line, which means I wanted him to go to college without the interruption, the relationship interruption, because it would have meant him spending some time with his mom or spending some time with me. I didn't want that interruption. I wanted him to do his best. So she said, okay. So after a year and a half saving for this, you say to me, okay, I can't accept because you're still legally married, right? So I spoke to all my friends. They said, Morris, you were in the wrong. I said, well, can you accept it as a friendship ring, even if you don't accept it as an engagement ring? Just like the second instance, I saw the rock. The equivalent of that rock, you could have actually made a down payment, a 30% down payment on a car. That is how expensive the rock was. I took it back to the jeweler. They said to me, once you pay for it, you could never get the value of what you pay.
That's true.
I would get like 75%. I said, oh gosh, I'm going to lose. Can I get the credit and get an armband for my son and myself? I did that. A couple of weeks passed. She asked for the ring. I said, but you refused the engagement. You said, how can you accept this engagement ring if you are still legally married. So that was the first instance. And the second instance was, she was there for me when I got up from surgery. She was the one by my bedside. So I said, you know what? Let me make a next try again. So this, what you're asking me about, is the second time I would have engaged her.
Can I ask you a question? Were you still married? Were you still legally married the second time you proposed?
No, I wasn't. Everything that was a problem, I fixed
it.
that problem. I fixed it. If it is, you said, the issue was the marriage. I had the divorce. I showed her the document, because how the divorce is done in Trinidad, I don't know if it's because of COVID, everything was done online. So I would have seen my ex-wife online, her attorney online, my attorney online, the judge online, and everything was done online, and then they emailed me the divorce papers. I showed her that. Just to clarify, and whilst I'm doing that, I am also communicating with my stepdaughter. So she's like, oh gosh, mommy going to marry again.
Before we continue, I want everybody leaving this conversation feeling renewed, feeling refreshed. I think that for someone to go through an engagement and it didn't go the way they planned, I know everybody's curious, but at the same time, it's like we're reopening a wound. You're asking him probing questions, which is great, but the whole point of this live was to speak life into everybody's situation. I think we're too fixated on his scenario.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a pleasure for me to share, because I realize the majority of persons on the live are females, and sometimes getting a male perspective is good. I have healed. The only part I haven't healed yet is the walking away, because we've had, in the very short time, when you talk to our friends, they are shocked that it's only 4 years we've been together. The amount of experiences we had. If we get up in the morning and I realize her mood seems bad, we go on the phone, okay, we're going to shut down business today because I'm a government worker, she has her business. We're not going to go to work today. Let's check in a hotel. Let's go by the beach. Let's go and eat bacon shark. Let's go and do a manicure and pedicure, and you go and get wax and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I want to say, just to give you some, just to make it more positive, I do want to say, sometimes people aren't our people, and no matter how many excuses we try to make, and we like to it's like a puzzle. No matter what you do to that puzzle piece, if it's not meant to go there, it's not going to go there. So it may not have been anything you did or anything she did. It just might have been you guys were not the people for each other, and if you guys kept going, then it might have just ended up worse. So this is a blessing in disguise. You have the opportunity to go somewhere else and find somebody who will appreciate whatever ring you bring them and will be there for you. Because as a woman, it takes a lot for us to actually leave. And it probably did hurt her too, to turn you down twice. But she knew that if she didn't, she would be holding you back as well. So I had to leave a situation where I didn't want to go, but I knew that person wasn't for me. And at the end of it, it's like, I feel bad, sort of. I don't know. I won't say feel bad, but if anybody can explain what I'm feeling, then feel free. But I just felt like it was all these what ifs going through my head. What if, I'm leaving the person that's meant for me? What if I'm doing something that's not good for me? What if I leave this person and I can't find nobody else? And maybe that's why she stayed after the first proposal. Those things were probably running through her head too. But like I said, you can't force anybody to fit with you. You might just be your value's not going to be seen in every room, just like the black swan. The ugly duckling. She was a swan, so the ducks didn't understand her. You might just be around some ducks, and she just is not your person.
Well, it's a bit difficult to swallow.
That's understandable.
What you're explaining to me, I respect your point of view, but it's difficult because we did everything together. We were in the kitchen together. We went to the grocery together. We went to the market together. We prayed together. We cried together. We visited each other's family together, both Trinidad and abroad. So I always got the impression that you were prepared to accept me as I am. I am prepared to accept you as you are. And the end result is marriage. The end result is unity, a future, you know?
Yeah, could I just ask you more 439? I think maybe the reason why, because you said like a year and a half, you asked her to marry you and you were still married. She probably harbored some type of resentment towards that. And, now the second time, proposing, she's like, oh, now it's my time to show. Because women, people in general, we have the ability to be spiteful. So she probably thought the second time around, okay, this is my get back. He probably didn't divorce her at the time frame that I wanted him to. So that's the reason why I'm choosing to do this. So like Rena said, sometimes people it don't matter how long you spent with this person, what y'all did, at the end of the day, if y'all are not meant to be, it's nothing in this life that's gonna keep y'all together. Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, if you sit back and think about your standards and values, you'll be okay with it. For instance, for me, my first serious relationship, he wanted to marry me, but I was playing games. I was young. I thought it was more out there. He was probably one of the best men that I've dated and been in a relationship with. Now he's married, got kids and everything. I don't harbor no resentment, because at the end of the day, just because he's a good man doesn't mean he's the right man for me. So sometimes you gotta look at both sides of the coins. Like, we don't know. Like Rena said, I'm not gonna say, oh, like, she's at fault. She shouldn't have not accepted his proposal, and I'm not gonna fault you either. Both sides, you can look at both sides and see some flaws in it.
I feel like that's a good question to ask. You is the host, is like, how do you, when you're in a situation where you may have ended amicably with a person, how do you move on and accept that while still not being bitter and go into new relationships or experience new people? How do you get past that initial hump of the what ifs?
Your standards and boundaries.
Is it standards and boundaries, or it's easy? I feel like that's easy to say though, like standards and boundaries.
But it really is. Like, when you really have standards for yourself and boundaries that you don't want people to cross, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt because you think you like the person. It's really gonna hurt, but you're gonna be like, these people, especially if I'm asking for the bare minimum and they can't provide that, let them go. It ain't no what ifs. You're attractive.
I mean, it's easier said than done. When you know how it is when your heart is in it.
It's easier said than done, because I'm telling you, I had
it hurts.
Point where
it hurts.
I wanted to start back to drink alcohol.
Oh.
No,
yeah, please, no.
No. I'm out of that phase now, because of my circle is so strong. I have my son's godmothers. I have friends in the gym. I have persons that I constantly talk to. But it's almost like death. There's a book, Grief Share. It's a book that you normally get when a loved one dies. I'm not sure if they have it in America. Grief Share: Your Journey from Mourning to Joy. I used that book. There's a saying in the Caribbean, I don't know if they have it when you're heartbroken. They refer to it as a tabanca, which means broken heart. So I used the Grief Share book to pull me out of the hole, because I was in a hole. I just got up in the morning and I said to myself, Morris, today is the day you're gonna walk out of this relationship. And it took me an entire day to pack. I packed all my things into a garbage bag, and I left the key on the table, and I left. It was not amicable because I know to myself, I'm going to see tears, I'm going to see emotions, I'm going to change, and then it's going to be good for a couple of days, and then I'm going to feel this way again. So I said, you know what? This is it.
And so a way to get just like a way to that my therapist told me is a way to like help with the standards and values and things in relationships is like when you're getting to know somebody, just get to know them. Like, period. Just get to know them. Don't add any emotions to it. Literally, don't think of it as you're auditioning or somebody's auditioning for you. Ask yourself if you like that person. Because a lot of the times what happens in the beginning stages of relationships is we get so caught up in the idea of a person and the fantasy and the what ifs that once the relationship, all of that fizzles down into 3 months, it's like, oh, we start seeing the person for what they are. And then once it's like 6 months, it's harder to leave.
So, see, and that's exactly what I was going to say, like with standards and boundaries up front. I should have said up front, like, obviously, the more you're involved with a person, the more the emotions get heightened or whatnot. That's why you keep those standards and boundaries up front. So it's like you won't really have no what ifs because you already know what you want out of
it. But
man.
at the same time, Chelsea, we also got to remember that feelings aren't facts, and we kind of like to interchange the two, and that's where with relationships I feel like it gets hard. Like it's hard to separate feelings. Like feelings aren't logic, and logic and feelings don't go together. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Like this, I feel like as women we can kind of it's harder for us more say than men, but yeah, like we can kind of get caught up in the logic, in the feelings of situations instead of being on the logical side of situations and being like, oh, okay, yeah, he may be a good man, but no, not for me, like that. Yeah, true. We create the version of the person in our heads that might not even be their true selves. True, that part.
Yeah, I just...
So why not be upfront? Why not be upfront?
Some people it's hard. Some people it takes a situation.
Why carry down a road where give you the impression, yes, this is the life I want?
Sometimes it takes a situation that happened to you more 439 that for somebody to even realize that. That's what I'm saying. Like, you never know what type of season somebody was in when they met you, and you gotta appreciate the fact that you were able to be that person for her. She may go into the next relationship and know exactly what she wants, but at the same time, it's like you have to think about it from yourself too. You probably went into one situation in your life, even if you can't remember it right now, where you really didn't know what you want and you came out of it. Hindsight is 20/20 all the time. So when you look back, you're like, oh, okay, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. And then you apply it to the next situation. So yeah, she could have been honest from the get, but she may not have known what she wanted until she was presented with what she didn't want.
Yeah. For me, like, the reason why I said it's, like, easy for me to cut off people and stuff like that is because of that discernment piece. Like, it ain't nobody in my past, whether it was good or bad, where I was like, oh, damn, I wonder if that was the right decision or the wrong decision. Heck no. God gives me the ability to see if that person was good or right or wrong. I'm not going to be sitting up here thinking, what if? Of course, I am human. And I probably made mistakes within a relationship. It ain't nobody in my past where I'm like, damn, you know what? That might have been the right person. Because if they were the right person, they would have showed me the signs that they were a right person. So that's what I meant by that.
I wanted to say, I want everybody to be able to talk. We in life, we will never be able to understand someone else's choices because they're not our own. There's no way that anyone can explain to you, even her, there's no way that anyone can explain to you why she came up with that. It could have been something so simple or something so big. At the end of the day, it hurts because you love the person, but it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. It's about healing. It's about moving forward. I've been in that painful situation where it's like, dang, I saw a whole life with this person. Why didn't they see it with me? And once I healed from that, I became a person that was unrecognizable to that situation, that I thank God. It got so bad to the point where I remember my mom praying over me in the morning because I couldn't get out of bed. She was just like, oh my God, like you're really depressed because this relationship didn't work. But once I started getting back to me, rediscovering myself, reinventing myself, that's really when I started to figure out, you know what, God, thank you that actually didn't work out. I didn't understand it before, but I understand it now, many years later.
Can I ask, like, I know that we're talking about relationships or whatnot, but I just wanted to like ask if like anybody has any goals for it, because I know this year is about to wrap up or whatnot. Does anybody have anything? It could be relationship wise, but like just in general that they want to, you know, close the year out with and go into the new year with. Like for me, it's patience.
I would say I would love to master the art of contentment. Like I feel like when I said, I feel like we're at like laying in the bed, like why didn't this relationship work? It took me a while to get out of that space. And I feel like the reason why I was in that relationship in the first place was because I wasn't content like with what I was looking for, so much stuff outside of myself to make me happy instead of like coming inwards. And that's how I ended up in that situation. And that's how I ended up like feeling down. So like I feel like going into the new year, like that's what I'm working on, is like being content with myself, being content with where I'm at, and so that I can appreciate and practice gratitude so that I can attract more, basically. Like,
amen.
I like that.
Right now, I am not looking for anything. I am still in the phase, laying down in bed. Luckily for me, because I am still on sick leave, it allows me the luxury of sleeping in bed. So even though I go to the gym and I do things and I keep myself busy, I am still in the phase. And a lot of men sometimes can play macho and say, that don't happen to me, but I good, I strong. But the question is, have you dealt with your pain? Have you dealt with your emotions? And I am still in that phase. So I am not going to put myself under any pressure and say 2026, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to expect, because I'm still in the grieving stage.
I want to thank you for being transparent because, you know, like you said, a lot of times men try to act like that could never be me and they would jump up and be over it in a second. But when you really love as a man, men don't love as many times as women do. They're very selective in their love. They hold it and cultivate it close to their hearts. It's hard to be vulnerable, and we really appreciate that you opened up, you answered questions, you were transparent about where you are with this. And it's okay to be in the grieving phase because that means that you're coming to reality with everything that's in front of you. You're not trying to deny it. You're not in denial. You're accepting it and you're mourning it. And everything that was built has to be mourned. You know, it meant something to you. It had a hold in your life at one point. So I'm definitely sending prayers to you to heal properly, to overcome, and for you to look back at this moment and say, wow, I can survive anything. You know what I mean? So once you get to that space, who knows when you'll get to it? Don't feel rush or pressure. Take it one day at a time. One day you'll be laughing. One moment, something's going to trigger you to cry. Accept that, embrace it, and just keep on keeping on.
Thank you.
And also, too, like, I know y'all, since COVID's happened, I know, you know, well, I don't know y'all personally, but there's been so many people dying young. Like, and that's really put my life in perspective. I'm like, all the stuff that I worry about, is it really worth, like, continually, like, worrying about? At the end of the day, like, life is so short. It's shorter than we think, especially with all this stuff that's happened over the last 5 years. Like, for me personally, a lot of my family members, they were under 30 when they passed over the last 5 years. And I just put in perspective of like, why am I, if God has given me life and air and purpose and, you know, a chance to wake up every day, why am I keep worrying about stuff that's really going to be irrelevant in the next year or really sooner. And when it comes to relationships and stuff like that, people don't realize your life shouldn't even revolve around a relationship. It's supposed to revolve around your purpose. And with that, if you have a relationship with God, God will send you a person that aligns with your purpose. So that's the reason why I don't sweat it too tough when it comes to relationship. I want a man. I want a husband. But I'm not going to put so much time and energy into being mad about stuff that I can't change. I can only work on myself. So really think about that, like how short life is in this life. We'll be dead longer than we are on this earth. People that were born 1,000 years ago, 1,000 years later, you know, they probably lived 50, 60 years, or really back in the day, they lived a short amount of time. But you will be dead longer than you are on this earth. So don't let stuff stress you out.
Yeah, don't let you. Yep, that's true.
I mean, I know it's human and we're going to go through stuff, but think about it. Like, I still got my arms, my legs. I'm in pretty good health. It's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Thank you for the words of encouragement.
You're welcome.
I guess I have to go through emotional.
The only way out is through.
And psychological surgery now.
I appreciate your courage, and I really do. I know that this year, you're going to look back on this year. You're in the funk of it now, but you're going to look back on this year, and you're going to be like, oh, I can't even believe. It's going to be like somebody you don't even recognize.
Yep.
Before God lifts us up, he takes us through. But he's waiting for us at the end of the tunnel. If we can just keep going forward, he's waiting for us. So you're good. I'm in the same place too, but I'm like kind of, I would say I'm getting better, but each day it looks more up. Even some days I'm like down, I'm like crying, I'm like, oh, but then the next day is a new day and I start again.
I wanted to ask y'all all a question individually. Quick answers though. Okay. What about my live, when you were passing through my live, what is it that I said that made you stop and stay?
The way you carry from what I see, the way that you're carrying yourself. And how soft-spoken you are.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I'll keep it.
For me, it was the boundary. When I realized men were saying stupid things in the live, and you created the boundary, the perimeters you wanted the life to operate, I decided to stay.
Okay.
For me, it was, first of all, your backdrop. I like your backdrop. It caught me. And then your hair is nice. And also the way that everybody was talking and you were listening, I wanted to stay and figure out what you guys were talking about. So that's
okay. And I asked because it's challenging to get on a live when no one is watching. I get on live all the time and it'd be 0 people up here. Okay, y'all. But I notice all the time, every day, 365. Well, there are more now, but I wanted to say that to say this is usually how God works. God wants to test you in your loneliness to see, are you going to stay still in your darkness or are you going to move? And I'm only live because TikTok has been shadow banning my videos. I used to get thousands of views and now I'm getting 2 digits, single digits. And I remember saying to God, this is not going to stop me. And I started saying, I don't want to just get on live and talk about my experience. I want to let people know about the times I've been naive. Once I figured out I was being played for a fool, I wanted to share my wisdom so other people, I'm not selling a course. I'm not telling you, go on my link and buy this thing. I'm openly speaking to people because I wish I had that when I was going through what I was going through in life overall. So when I get on live, I talk about different topics, and then the people that join, they kind of make the conversation as people join. I don't try to make it just about me. And I think my goal is to allow people to feel included.
Yeah, and you are good at orchestrating that for sure.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Yes.
I appreciate
Excellent
that.
job.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I feel like definitely like I said, like having people, a lot of the times we on TikTok, we're stuck with seeing the highlights of stuff like, oh yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, work on yourself. But nobody ever like gets up and like tells you like what's hearing other people or like having that outlet helps you know that, okay, you're not alone. Like, okay, I can do this. She did it. Like, she's up here talking. I can come up here and do that too. Stuff like that. So you're doing a good job.
I appreciate that. I think one of the people that got me out of my dark place was Sarah TD Jakes. I think she was a rapper in her past life, y'all. I'm not even kidding. She had this sermon, it sticks in my head to this day. She said, girl, get up. And I feel like I just grow like a tree because I feel like every time someone tries to knock me down, I hear Sarah TD Jakes tell me to get up. Like I'm stronger than what I think I am, you know? And that goes into what one of you all said. People are always online saying they're happy. No, we're not. We're sad. Inflation, everything costs so much money. I'm not making enough. I'm trying to make ends meet. And every time I try to tell a positive message, someone tries to come in the comment section and make it all about them and attack me. And I notice every single time I start catching fire and people are joining my live, out of nowhere, someone will come and say something insulting to me and it distracts me. So that's what made me grab a moderator. I was like, anybody, I don't care. Someone be the moderator. And the moderator's here still helping the live go because I feel like thieves, people that still don't go to an empty safe, they always go where there's value. So if you're coming into my live to attack me, I'm on the right track. So I got on live just to talk to y'all because I know there's someone out there that they didn't even expect to get on TikTok and hear a girl telling you how to be confident and not chase relationships, chase yourself. They didn't expect that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Can I share like a little bit of my story? Because I don't know if it's going to help somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
So I am 24. I just turned 24 in November. And I was like, I've always been pretty confident. Like, I've always been like, if in class, like if you're going around introducing yourself, like you're going to be the first person. I'm going to be the first person to stand up. And that being said, I wasn't the girl who like was in relationships a lot. Like, I kind of didn't care, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But then when I got to high school and like everybody else around me was kind of like having those connections, I felt like something was wrong with me. So like I started to like try to force it, to be honest. And with me forcing it and with me looking to other people to tell me my value instead of like seeing myself for who I was, it put me in a lot of situations like my last relationship where somebody was able to come and chip away at me. Because my own identity wasn't placed on solid ground, which is the Lord, first of all, and also myself. I was looking to my partner to make me feel okay. Just like, in high school, because I saw everybody in a relationship going to homecoming, going to prom, and I'm like, why am I not getting asked? So when I got to college, I thought, okay, college is going to be my time. And it didn't necessarily happen for me in college either. So then when I started to get in my third year of college, I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna date. I think I would say at the time I was like, oh, I'm dating somebody that I like. But no, I really wasn't dating anybody that I liked. I was dating somebody just to say that I was dating somebody. And for the first 3 months, it did give me that high. Like, oh, yes, like I have a partner. I can tell people I have a partner. Nothing's wrong with me. But it got very dangerous because that person, since I didn't have that confidence, they were able to take my confidence because it wasn't strong, and they were able to like basically emotionally abuse me, and that's what makes you a candidate for emotional abuse, is when you're not confident.
Yep.
And I learned after that, that's why I said like I'm here and I'm like transitioning. I learned after that you have to looking back now, I'm noticing that I never needed anybody. I was okay by myself. And the person will come as long as you're doing the work. And don't ever like look at other people's situation and compare yourself and think that you're doing something wrong or you're not doing enough, because everybody's path is different. And if I could go back to the old me and hug her and tell her, like, just wait and just be yourself. I'm getting emotional, but just wait, just be yourself. Like, things will fall in place when they're meant to. Don't force them. I would, because it takes so much more. My friend told me this after I got out of the relationship. She was like, the further you walk away from home, the longer your way back. So now I'm walking back home, and that's it.
I love
That's
that
nice.
so much.
Yes.
That's, like, the last quote that you said, that's something else though. That's definitely something that I would take from this live for sure. Like, the farther we get away from, our purpose, the harder it is to get back to it. But
all roads lead back to home, though. That's the thing.
Amen.
Like you see, like island girl, like I'm still there. Like, I still feel left out because it's like I had a relationship, but it wasn't a loving relationship. But girl, you're fine.
Literally, girl. No, I dated a guy in my 20s. He married somebody else. So it's like I never even had nobody, because what do you have to show for it? It's like, okay, you weren't picked. And I think as a woman, a lot of people put value in our relationship status and not in us as single individuals. So that's where the pressure cooker starts. It's like, you don't have nobody yet, And I'm like, girl, I got money and that's all I need right now. So what's the big deal? But as long as you're secure in who you are, and it's easier said than done, finding your footing in life is going to change everything around you. I've lost friends the moment I started to build my confidence and grow my income. People that loved hanging around me, they didn't like being around me because I was doing better than them. I realized they only liked being my friend because I made them look better. It had nothing to do with the friendship. You start learning when people are using you, when people don't really love you, but you were so busy trying to seek validation, you didn't know that's what you were doing to yourself. You were coming off desperate, like, oh my God, please be something with me, But once you learn how to stand on your... What'd you say?
I said, pick me, Misha.
Definitely. Barbara the Builder. I'll tell on myself. I built so many men, I could have an army, But once I stopped doing that and I started looking at myself and built myself, I have literally created a gap between the person that was a people pleaser and the person right now that's like, I'm not accepting that. Try again.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to be a little transparent just to give Rena some insight. Growing up, I suffered through ugly duckling syndrome. I used to get bullied so bad in school. And once I got out of high school, and I feel like it was kind of associated with more so my upbringing and not having everything everybody else had and all that. And also I was very skinny. I was always a cute kid, but I just was always talked about for being very skinny. Once I graduated high school, money started coming in and I started to be somebody I shouldn't have been. I started being mean to people, like, as far as like, oh, I'm pretty now. Like, I can get, the same dudes that was talking about me in high school, they trying to talk to me now. I feel like that's not something that no woman should, harbor that type of spirit. You really got to have peace. That's why I have the standards that I have right now. You really got to have peace within. Being a mean girl and, trying to get back at people because you suffered through certain traumas when you were a kid, you got to let it go. You got to think about adulthood and how you can move forward. Like, when I tell you, like, I'm so happy that I was strong-minded as a kid, but I got bullied on a daily basis. So I definitely understand where you're coming from, and I'm glad that you're coming into becoming the woman that you want to be, and you're setting those boundaries, because there's a lot of us women out there like that. But also, like I said, when it comes to setting boundaries and standards, don't be the mean girl either, because that's where your karma will come. So have standards and values for yourself, but don't be like, you know, like I was, where it was like I was a B word to people because of how some other people treated me in high school, middle school. Really, it was from elementary clean up to. I think I actually started interacting with the quote unquote popular people when I was in 11th and 12th grade. And nobody at that time seemed like was popular. All the black people just seemed to be together and, you know, hanging out together or whatever. But girl, I was bullied bad. But yeah, just because you are very pretty. Everybody on here is, you know, attractive of this, that, and the other. Like, everybody has values on here. Like, just think about that and keep it in mind. And I know that you said you're going through stuff with your last relationship and how he broke you or whatnot, but girl, you still got life. You still young. And to be honest, when you told me you was 24, girl, I couldn't believe it.
You got time, baby. You got some. Ooh, girl, you about to run a circle around these people.
And my thing is like, I couldn't believe it because you're so mature and intelligent. I thought, like, girl, I thought you were in your 30s until you said your age. So keep going, girl.
Girl, I always tell people I've lived 23. I'm 24 because I lived 24 lives. I'm a different person. But yeah, I honestly, I could do it for anybody else out there in this life who's 21, 20, early 20s. Please understand that you're going to kill yourself and reinvent yourself so many times. Like,
even when you get in your 30s, girl, like life is about growth for sure.
And you can never be complacent. Like, especially now as a Gen Zer, growing up with social media, that has done terrible.
Yeah, girl.
Terrible things to my generation, the generation after me. It's definitely a lot of comparison. It's definitely a lot of, I should be doing this and I should. Like back in the day, you didn't have to worry about what your neighbor was doing because you didn't know what they were doing. You don't know what they were doing. But now you go on social media, you're like, oh, dang, you just got a new car. I'm still with the same car. Oh, dang, you just got a new job. I'm still at my first job. Oh, like all of those things can like really bog you down and really, I used to let it bog me down, but I feel like what has really helped me is literally like finding the Lord, number one, finding somebody to have faith in, put your faith in, finding somewhere to go that's not other people, because your friends sometimes don't have your best interest in mind. Like they just want to hear that you're doing bad so they can feel better about them than whatever they're doing bad in. They just take it and regurgitate it to anybody else who will listen. So yeah, finding your faith, definitely for me, I would say like working out, like leaning on your family, if you can. And if you can't lean on your family, work on creating family outside of yourself. I feel like that's another thing that social media took from us is community.
Yep.
Because everything's on our phone, we don't feel the need to go out and go to the park no more, or go out and go to the library no more. Like there's no more organic places of connection anymore. Everything's based off of quickness, I would say.
I want to say, to pivot off what you're saying, even when people look at your social media, they think that's checking up on you. They don't pick up the phone and call you. I saw your post, but it's important to know who you're around. Like I have a cousin that I love to pieces. And when I deactivated my Facebook and my Instagram, she called me 3 days later and she said, hey, I noticed you're deactivated. What's going on? I live in a different state by myself. And I was saying on a different live a few days ago, pay attention to the people that notice when you're silent. Those are the people that love you, not the people that see you posting online and then they remember you exist and then they call you. You ever post online, suddenly your ex is coming back? It's always the people that are using you that look to social media to keep tabs on you. The real people in your life that love you know how to pick up the phone and say, hey, I noticed you're silent. Are you going through something? Do you need me? So pay attention to that.
Yo, when I kid you not, on November 20th, okay, so my birthday is November 23rd, and I deactivated my Instagram. Honestly, it was a conviction, but nobody told me happy birthday, which is fine. I have a big family, so I don't feel slighted because whatever. It did hurt a little bit, but I moved on. I have my sister, but Nobody told me. And that, just to piggyback off what you're saying, because I wasn't plastered on Instagram saying, hey, it's my birthday, birthday, people forgot. And it's okay. And now I just know how to move forward. I'm grateful for that, but now I know how to move forward. But social media takes away that. Like, oh, people won't remember that. You probably actually have. I remember when I was in 6th grade, when we didn't have any of this stuff, you had to remember your friend's birthday. Like, you had to, 12 o'clock, you had to text your friend, happy birthday. Like, now it's just like, oh, okay, if I see it on Instagram, and I've been guilty of this too. Like, I'll forget somebody's birthday until I get on Instagram. Like, oh my God, like, it's your birthday. So yeah, it's just, we've been robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody told me that as far as the whole social media thing, like, we don't have to be on social media though. Like, we don't have to live our life through social media. Like, when it comes to validation, even if you are on social media, try to have your social media centered around your goals. Like, if you want to professionally, romantically, or whatever, like, you don't have to sit up and watch, stuff that you might feel like you might need validation from. Like, for me, I don't really let social media affect my life, because I know, like, the host said, these people be struggling behind closed doors. It don't even have to be financially.
They
like,
do.
Even me for myself, like, if I feel like I'm struggling and stuff like this, I know I can't get on a camera or post stuff that, don't have nothing to do with my life. I actually won't even be on social media.
Right.
But a lot of these people really be showing the good stuff. They never show the bad stuff. So that's the reason why I've grown as a person to realize that most of this stuff is fake. Literally.
It is.
And once you get to that point, like I said, social media, it can be a good source and a good platform for a lot of things. But if you get on social media to, indulge in the trends and this, that, and the other, like, all the time, not saying that you can't do nothing on social media, you got to take a step back and be like, who am I as a person? I don't even know myself. I got to follow somebody else around and get validation from them and try to fix, man, that shit is exhausting.
Very. It's not even.
So just keep that in mind.
We just lost. I feel like the business model for social media was so much different from what we use it for. It was definitely meant to connect you with people. We are not supposed to be following people in different states. It's supposed to be for your people. Like, okay, this cousin that I haven't spoke to in so-and-so years, let me follow them on Instagram. Not let me follow somebody in Australia. Like, we're not supposed to know that much about people. Like, I don't understand. Like,
I mean, in a way, it can be a good thing, because you do see kind of a glimpse of their culture. But once you start, like I said, mimicking and trying to be people and all that, that's a bit too much.
That's what I was saying. That's my point exactly. Like, we it's always room for human error. But I know, like, Mark Zuckerberg and all of them, when they started these apps, it was for the purpose of connection. I know Mark started it for people on his campus connecting, and it just happened to grow past that. We just, as humans, we want more and more and more and more. So we took it to a different level. Like, it's when Tumblr and Instagram, when Instagram started trying to be Vine and Snapchat and all of that, that's when it went crazy. Because it was just like, when Instagram was just about posting your pictures. Y'all remember when you could post your meal at 2:00 in the day? This just my Chipotle bowl, and put the grain filter over it, and be like, oh yeah, this is good.
Right. 100 right.
People commenting. Now we don't have
nobody wants to like your post because they don't want to make it seem like you it. You know what I mean? And like, nah, I'm just gonna look at it and that's it.
It's always the strangers that like your stuff. The people you know, they make sure they don't like.
They make sure like, don't tap nothing. I'm gonna show you her page. Don't tap nothing.
But you look on your story and they're looking on their story.
Oh yeah, they're using you can use IG Anonymous and you can look at people's page. It's just people will diagnose and watch your every move, and then that's when I stopped sharing so much of myself, and people think they know what's really going on with me just because I don't put it online. But when I love something, I want to protect it from that online presence of people wondering, well, what is this? Where is this going? You know, like, this is for me to figure out and for y'all to know when I know something, you know? So it's good to have a little bit of secrecy.
So, like, how do y'all feel? Because went through a phase like when I was, I went through a phase where I did do a little bit of online dating. Like in y'all city, how do y'all meet people though? Like I know I live in a small city, so it's very hard for me to, meet anyone because, do y'all get out and like, cause I feel like if I'm put in, certain environments, I can attract certain people, but it's hard dating because you see the same 3 people in my area.
I mean, I would say...
But I don't want to online date. Okay. I'm sorry, Rena.
No, it's okay. First of all, I do have this video that I would like to recommend to you. It's this from this she's a licensed therapist on YouTube, and she just talked about the dating scene in 2025, and it's her name is like Steph Anya, Steph with a STEPH Anya, and you can just type in online like how to date in 2025. It's a great video. But back to answer your question directly, I would say, like, I'm not meeting anybody right now. I have tried the online dating, and I'm just going to keep it very short so that somebody else can answer this question. No. Like, it's I
don't prefer it all to also being on there for one thing. I mean, all men want that, but they're anxious for it type thing. Like, it's the reason why I stopped because I talked to this guy years ago when I did do when I was on Tinder or whatnot. Girl, we were dating for like I say about 2 months, and his girlfriend of 6 years called me. Girl, every weekend we would go on a date because he was from Atlanta, but I'm like an hour and a half outside of Atlanta. Girl, his girlfriend of 6 years called me talking about, are you Chelsea? I said, excuse me, who are you? She told me his name, and she was like, yeah, I've been, this is my boyfriend, and we live together, and we've been dating for 6 years.
Boyfriend?
So that's what got me out of online dating. Like, I was like, not that, you got to put something on everybody, but at the end of the day, like, that was just a weird experience for me. Like, the fact this man lives with this woman, and every weekend he comes down and we go on dates. And we went to the range, went to restaurants and everything. She told me everything we did.
Oh, she got his credit card info? She got to.
Girl, I don't know what she had.
I'm going to say I have a mixed review because... yes, online dating, in my humble opinion, is trash. I do want to meet someone in public, in person. I feel like online dating skyrocketed after COVID. So people are like, let me just get on an app. I can't go outside and meet people. And now people just stayed online. I think men see online dating as Uber Eats coochie. You can get it fast. You just got to swipe and it's going to come to your house. However, the men that have taken me shopping, I met online. And I didn't sleep with.
Oh, girl, I don't know. How do you get that? I hope they ate in the chat, but I did that before. I don't meet up with the guys.
Listen, let me just clarify. I literally make videos on my page about, like, literally, I had a whole 6-part series because I had it done 3 different times with 3 different men. Take me shopping on a first date. And I told everybody what I do. Like, when I post my pictures, I make sure the pictures you can't Google reverse search online. I make sure the pictures don't look as good. So when he sees me in person, I look way better. And that creates that 10 times more inflation. I end the date early. I never let my first date last more than an hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes. Never go into 2 hours. That's dangerous because I like him wanting more. And usually they're like, where are you going? Like they're trying to figure out how to get more of my time. And I'm like, I'm going to Ulta. And they just offer, okay, we got to go to Ulta. And they come and they pay. They think.
Yeah, you use that to your advantage. But
okay,
like I said,
I might, if you see me,
I'm just okay. But the other thing is, I also prefer in-person interaction, but a lot of the times women, especially us Black women, especially during the winter, because it be cold outside, we don't like to leave our house, especially when we live alone. I have so many single homegirls, and it's so sad that we fought so hard for our freedom to get out of our parents' house to the point where we don't even leave our house now, you know?
Yeah.
And the only way you're going to meet someone...
Clubs is the new thing.
Well, no, I would never. the only reason
chasing after nothing. That's too close to weight.
it's not that I'm in a run club and I've had different men hit on me. I don't know if y'all watch Sex in the City. There's an episode where Miranda was trying to lose weight.
Yes, and she was trying to go
to the Weight Watchers.
Yes,
She ended up hooking. Yup. So basically, Miranda hooked up with the guy at the Weight Watchers, which is almost the equivalent of Run Club. Now Miranda stopped going to Weight Watchers to lose her weight because she's ashamed it didn't work out with Buddy. I feel like
that's just like the gym. Meet them at the gym.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to meet. You're not supposed to my mom told me you're not supposed to
eat
talk to people where in places you frequent.
Yes. Yes. It could end bad.
Yeah.
And that's not your place no more.
Yeah.
Like,
because they're not gonna move. Men are weird. They're going to go there every day.
They're not gonna care. And then they're gonna try to bring a new girl in your face. I promise. Like even the guys in my complex, I've had so many different guys when they see me in the hallway. How long you been living here? Da da da. I think you're so attractive. Great. I'm never gonna talk to you. I live here. I want to look.
That could be dangerous.
Yeah. Like what? But aside from that, I want to look homeless in peace. I don't want to worry about I'm gonna run into the guy I'm talking to. I don't want that. You know, like I'd like to separate things. I feel like when it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But it's not gonna be at the run club where I'm trying to lose weight because I'm trying to lose weight. Okay, sir, move. It's not gonna be at my apartment. Like,
y'all have any fitness goals?
Oh hell yeah! I'm on Tizepatide now. Yes. Hell yeah! I'm down 16 pounds. I'm down 16 pounds. Yes, girl. Like I was
hesitant about appetite because I was gonna do appetite suppressants or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm only 24, so I don't think I don't know. I don't have
probably still, girl. 26, you're gonna start randomly gaining a lot of weight.
Yeah, I believe you, but I'm pretty active. I just honestly I just stretch. Like right now, that's all I'm doing. But I do have some friends that are on some type of semaglutide or something like that, and they say it works. Like she's losing stuff.
We got a new person in the group. What up, Scott?
How y'all doing?
Doing good. Talk to us. We're talking about weight loss. All right. Is that you, Chelsea? Thank you for joining, Chelsea. Thank you, Rena, everybody.
You're welcome. I hope y'all have a blessed night and a great new year and a great week and all that.
Thank you. It was nice meeting with you.
Everything will work out in y'all's favor for sure. Keep God in your life.
Always.
I lost 30 pounds 3 weeks before.
What? That's so I would be at my goal if I could lose it that fast.
I was fasting, exercising, and counting my calories. I lost that shit quick.
But you know, men lose weight fast.
That's true, yeah. I hate that for me. Y'all be losing it like it's the same thing with y'all skincare. Women have 10 products they have to use. Men use soap and water. And I'm like, I'd be ready to fight. I'm like, that ain't fair. I hate that for us. That's the one thing I'm like, God, come on now. Weight loss and skin.
Y'all was made to create other human beings. So your body different. Your body different.
It definitely
it's probably it, but it's still not fair.
It definitely puts up a fight. I can tell you that.
I went from 260 to 185 within 6 months.
185. Oh my gosh. I have another 10 pounds I want to lose just because I know I'm going to be doing water weight and then I want to snack every now and then. But with Tizepatide, it suppresses your hunger and it makes you not crave the same things you used to crave. Like I used to be a Popeyes holic.
I only eat
Popeyes. You don't want Popeyes no more?
I haven't eaten Popeyes in months. I just don't have the when you see that scale move, it's so hard to want to eat those things because you're like, girl, you're going to gain that weight if you eat it. You sure you want it?
I have a question because I heard somebody say that when they eat their craving, they get sick. Like if they eat the Popeyes, they get sick. Is that what happens? Like have you ever tried it?
You just get full faster. Like I used to be able to take down the 12-piece easy. Yeah. Easy.
What you need is a cut-off time and start eating the certain time.
Yeah,
that's
like,
true.
I never ate past 3 o'clock in like 5 years.
3 like a.m.? You talking about p.m.?
3 p.m. I would eat throughout the day, and then I don't eat nothing past 3 o'clock.
That's crazy. I don't eat past 7 o'clock, not 3. 3 o'clock, I'm just starting lunch. I am.
I eat my breakfast and lunch at the same time.
Really? Well, I do that too, but then I have lunch again later that afternoon. Right? I'm like, oh.
Unless you eat, your stomach shrink.
Yup. That's true. That is true.
You gotta get used to it. You just gotta fight it at the beginning, and then you will shrink.
Mm-hmm. And I'm real subconscious about it now, especially now that I've actually lost the weight. And when you start hearing the compliments, you know how we are as women. We're very superficial. I'm like, do I really want to stop these compliments? Right. I'm like, do I really want to lose this, over some Popeyes? I don't think so. Like,
You can eat Popeyes, but you need to have a cutoff time.
No, I'm not playing with Popeyes at all.
No, Popeyes is dangerous.
Right.
I'm saying you can eat whatever you want throughout the day. You can still lose weight. You can eat
small plate.
you want throughout the day. But if you cut it off early,
nah,
you will lose weight.
I ain't playing with that fried food. I'm not playing with it.
I still eat my shit. I lose weight daily.
My guilty pleasure lately has been Zaxby's. Like, I've been on Zaxby's so bad. I don't know. I definitely feel like they put something in the chicken, because I wake up, I'm thinking about Zaxby's.
They
like,
this shit addictive.
Yeah, because I'm like, I wake up, I'm thinking about Zaxby's. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on? I need some chicken tenders. I need fries. Like,
oh my God.
And it's just so bad. It's so bad. It's not good for you, but it's so good in the morning.
I know, girl. We don't even think about it when we eat, and it's like it calms my nerve. It's something about food that tastes. I'm like a release. I'm like, oh, that's what I needed. Like, I don't know. I'm definitely an emotional eater.
I would say I feel like I'm not emotional in the sense where I get sad, but don't let me be happy. Like, don't let me be happy because I'm eating everything inside. I'm just like, I don't know if it's like, I always tell my mom it's mania, because I'm like, I'll be motor mouth and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like I just can't take it. I'm just so happy. Like, but I don't know. I feel like the emotion is happiness for me. When I get sad, I don't eat. Like, that's the thing. I'll lose a lot of weight. Like, I once lost 20 pounds because I was so sad. Like, but when I'm happy, I'm gonna stuff my face. So
I heard Kev on stage say, "Oh, stop treating yourself like a dog. You always buying yourself a treat." I'm like, damn, I can't eat my food in peace.
Food should not be.
It is, unfortunately. Y'all, look what I got.
it's not Popeyes. We're taking
Girl. Small little wins for my waistline. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I definitely feel like I don't know, Kava. I got tired of Kava. I was on it really bad for like a couple months, and then once I started eating it all the time,